Welcome to Books for Success. Today, we're delving into the wisdom within The Lemonade Life by Zack Friedman. Change your future with the butterfly effect of the smallest thought. Redefine your trajectory to success, making ordinary life extraordinary. You'll learn what defines the lemon and lemonade lives. How do perspectives change your path? Why risks must be calculated. The value of self-awareness. Why motion is crucial for growth. Before we begin, subscribe and ring the bell for notifications if you want to keep receiving the knowledge of book summaries about health, wealth, love, psychology, and much more. Don't be shy about dropping your book suggestions for us to summarize. Also, you can use this video as an audiobook summary. Let's grow and succeed together. It's easy to get carried away by life's excuses when it comes to making the best of any situation. We are easily defined by annual milestones such as birthdays, anniversaries, etc. To the majority of us, these achievements present us with a new opportunity to make new resolutions. The problem with making these resolutions, however, is that we fail to take advantage of them. We make them and then forget their importance to our lives. In one way or another, we choose excuses for ourselves while ignoring the possibility of making the best out of our situations. We can all choose between two lives, the lemon life or the lemonade life. We live the lemon life when we settle for something that isn't our full potential. It's the place we stay when we fail to actively control our life path and journey, and we allow others to shape our destiny. On the other hand, the lemonade life is one where we are actively involved in our lives, and we are leading life on our terms, with clear purpose and possibility. Those who live a life with purpose and potential can proactively overcome any circumstances. This bite-sized summary will show us how to flip on each switch, necessary steps we need to take to change our lives for good, so we can start achieving success, unleashing our greatness, and creating unlimited potential. The best time to decide to change from the lemon life to the lemonade life is now. According to Zack Friedman, there are 5 switches available to all of us. These switches are for those who want to move from the lemon life to the lemonade life. When we flip on these 5 switches, our outlooks and perspectives will change, and we'll become better decision makers, giving us the power and freedom to control our lives. The switches are APRISM, which is an acronym for P equals perspective, R equals risk, I equals independence, S equals self-awareness, M equals motion. The importance of these switches is that they will establish and nurture purpose and possibility in our lives when brought together. Perspective. We have to change our perspectives to change our possibilities. Our perspective, how we view life, influences what's possible in our lives. When we adopt positive perspectives, we get to see clearer opportunities. Risk. To make better decisions, we need to understand the rewards of risk. We create barriers for ourselves that limit our creativity and opportunities. When we remove the limiting factors and better understand the connection between risk and reward, we will take more calculated risks and make better decisions. Independence. Independence means we have to avoid following the crowd and make decisions on our own. Even though independence is a great character trait, only a few people embrace it. It means doing away with common wisdom and standing on our own. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is needed to master our lives, self-reflect, and view life based on what we need to see instead of what we want to see. Self-awareness involves honest feedback, which provides an accurate description of any situation and forces us to focus on the necessary things in our lives. Motion. Motion is about doing things to create the life we want effectively. We're all equipped with the right tools to establish a positive change. But we have to use these tools correctly, maximize our potential, and never settle for less. Change comes to those who take risks, not to those who wait for it. People who live the lemon life are known as lemon lifers, and they are easy to spot because they are everywhere. Lemon lifers can be categorized into 3 main types. They are eternal excusers, steady settlers, change chasers. These 3 groups of people dominate the world, and that is why it is easy to copy them because they are who we see every day. The eternal excusers have many reasons why they can't switch to the lemonade life. They give excuses such as the lemonade life consumes too much time and is only available for rich people. Their minds stay focused on the negative side of any situation. They spend more time worrying about doing something than actually doing it. These people complain all the time and do nothing to improve their situation, especially when they fail to meet their expectations. They only magnify negativity in their life, unable to transform their way of thinking. The steady settlers are those who lack independence. They are conformists and cannot do things without external influence, living someone else's dream and forgetting theirs. Steady settlers mostly appear action-oriented, but they do not make any meaningful progress towards the life they want to live. They play it safe and are always scared of failing. Steady settlers who want to make a change have to look inwards and accept that they're not doing enough to make their lives better. The change chasers are those who are unwilling to fight for the kind of life they want. They love the beautiful things of life, but they would do nothing to make it a possibility. They only admire things from afar and solely focus on the end and not the means to an end. To live a lemonade life, we cannot afford to be any of these three types of lemon lifers. We must overcome settling for less by being creative, proactive, and hardworking. Did you know? According to Forbes, only 8% of people stick to their New Year's resolutions. The best alternative to living the lemon life is to be a daring disruptor. Daring disruptors are those who change their lives with creativity, innovation, and positive transformation, all of this on their terms, and they are original thinkers who take calculated risks to maximize their potential. Lemonade lifers are always successful because they're bold, open-minded, and ready to take risks to seize opportunities. They don't follow the same routines. They accept the positives, and they don't focus on the negative aspects of life. This dynamic set of people defines the best routine for themselves to redevelop their spirits and prepare for the day ahead. One of the best ways to become a daring disruptor is to embrace the spirit of gratitude. We must find what we are grateful for, proceed to write down what these good things are, and appreciate that we have them in our lives. Doing this can improve our moods, establish happiness, and trigger positive emotions in our lives. When we start our day with gratitude, we experience more positive energy. To live the lemonade life, we need to be creative, proactive, and unconventional. Daring disruptors are independent and do not rely on external influence to achieve their goals. Daring disruptors are concerned with their growth, and they're happy all the time. The difference between the lemonade lifer and the lemon lifer is the former's unrelenting determination to use the 5 switches to navigate every aspect of their lives. The difference between lemon lifers and daring disruptors is in their approach toward risk and rewards. Change chasers are primarily focused on the rewards, so they often overlook the risks. Eternal excusers focus more on the risks and miss the rewards, while daring disruptors approach risks and focus on rewards in 3 ways. Applying the risk-reward ratio, protecting the downside, embracing the rewards of risk. The best way to access a reward ratio is to find more information up front. This helps us to plan and know what to do to get to our destination. Applying the risk-reward ratio. Through the risk-reward ratio, daring disruptors don't make blind decisions. Instead, they focus on the connection between risk and reward and use it to make better decisions. A risk-reward ratio is a tool that determines the amount of risk we are willing to take in connection to the potential reward we can earn. It's about understanding the implications of the decisions we make so we make fully informed choices that lead to better results. Protecting the downside. While it's normal to concentrate on how much money we can make, we should be more focused on how much money we could lose. Protecting the downside simply means mitigating our risks. When a business opportunity shows up, we shouldn't let the excitement of the potential reward stop us from paying attention to the potential loss. Embracing the rewards of risk. This helps us to find the right risks to take. We need to avoid following the crowd when making business decisions. For example, it's easy to get tempted by the prospect of going to Silicon Valley. But tech is not the only way we can make good money. It can look odd when we take a different direction from others, but it makes us stand out and gives room for more creativity. Negativity can overwhelm us if we fail to control the influence of the people around us. When we lack independence, the negative people around us call the shots, limit our possibilities, control us, and in most cases, define us. They form boundaries, impede our progress, and reduce our productivity. Negativity is the major driving force in the life of lemon lifers. and it is why they make avoidable excuses, settle for less, and find it difficult to live a lemonade life. Negative behavior interferes with our ability to realize our full potential and makes it difficult to make positive changes in life. The reality of life is that people will always tell us, no, trying to influence us with their negativity. Negative influence can feel suffocating and extremely limiting. So, we need to realize that when people project their negativity on us, it doesn't mean that we are powerless. It means that we're letting them take control of our lives. The best way to avoid this is to make sure that others don't push their insecurities onto us. Although there are some things that we can't do no matter how determined we are, it doesn't mean we should give in to negative vibes all the time. There are no prerequisites to becoming a successful person. In today's competitive market, the best ideas win, and years of experience are not necessary for success. To avoid the power of negativity, we can do 3 things. Check our wolf pack, which involves repositioning our inner circle. We should only surround ourselves with people who will give us positive energy. Write the millionaire's check to have the right foundation before we act. If we act before building the right foundation, we always find it difficult to do things right. Learn the inventor's secret to live in a world of possibility and redefine what is possible. This requires unconventional thoughts and living a life without limitation. By studying successful investors such as Steve Jobs and Jack Ma, we can learn more about being a daring disruptor. We shouldn't just focus on a job. We have to focus on performing well on the job. People who go for jobs because of good compensation end up being unhappy because they do not have the talent for the position. This is why it's vital to understand the beta of our jobs and realize that the alpha also matters. The alpha is all about us, and it deals with how we can perform compared to everyone else, while the beta focuses only on a job and its rewards. Eternal excusers, steady settlers, and change chasers are all focused on the beta. They are mostly interested in the job itself without finding out if they are good for it. They believe that a particular job will carry them towards success without paying attention to what they have to do to achieve that success. On the other hand, daring disruptors focus more on the alpha, which allows them to excel, boost productivity, and outperform their colleagues. This is not to say that they are not tempted with good jobs with good compensation, but for them, it's always about finding the right job first. Lack of independence makes people very miserable at work. Many people are unmotivated, underpaid, and work in bad work environments, yet they fail to leave. These people are lemon lifers, and they will always remain miserable at work until they decide to be daring disruptors. Lemonade lifers don't worry about how much time they spend at work because they love their job. They are good at doing the job, and they feel happy doing it. To move from being miserable at work to loving what we do, we need a work culture. The right work culture is where we should expect to work hard in a place where we love what we do. Daring disruptors are not lazy, but they enjoy every bit of it no matter how much time they spend working. Self-awareness requires feedback and open-mindedness to thrive. Knowledge shared is knowledge gained, so we cannot get the information we need when we hold back the things we know. Feedback is essential to the growth of any organization, and it's equally important for our progress. When we fail to use feedback in our places of work, the boss might assume everything is okay. For example, if there's mutual agreement on an output, and the manager expects a completed task, we may fail to deliver because we didn't ask when the work should be delivered. The idea is to ask questions, solicit feedback, and request help if need be. Some lies we tell ourselves at work are, "I don't have any questions. I can do this all by myself. Yes, we have a game plan. The business is doing great. We work well together. It wasn't my fault. Yes, I can get it done by Monday. I'd love to help, but I'm swamped. I'd be happy to work late tonight." Those instructions were super clear. These lies are easy to tell because they disguise as good excuses, but in reality, they are not. As long as we believe these lies, we will lose touch with self-awareness. Self-awareness is important, and it can be nurtured by making powerful statements. When we replace the lies we tell ourselves with powerful statements, we'll better understand what to do. The statements we can make are, "I need help. I don't understand. I made a mistake. I don't know how to fix this. It's my fault. Blame me, not them." How can I help you? I'm sorry. I need to do better. Teach me. Compared to lies, these powerful statements make us question ourselves to be better at what we do. While it's critical to be self-aware and open to feedback, it's also important to have the ability to identify the information that's useful for us to reach our potential. This process of self-realization and self-improvement can create a more effective and efficient emotional intelligence. Having backup plans can be tricky because when we have a plan A, we don't fully invest in plan B. In most life lessons, we are taught to have backup plans to save us when things don't work out. However, if we want to be daring disruptors, we do not need a backup plan. But, not having a backup plan doesn't mean we can be lazy or nonchalant about our plans. It doesn't mean quitting our jobs when we have nothing to fall back on. It's normal and essential to plan and have something to help us out when things don't go our way. However, if we want to achieve our maximum potential without looking back, we have to do away with our backup plan. If we are truly interested in living the lemonade life, we must stick with Plan A because Plan A is where determination, creativity, and drive to progress exist. Plan B is where we keep our worries, doubts, and other things that will stop us from maximizing our potential. It is all about compromise and settling for less. When we have two plans, it means we've convinced ourselves that we can always settle for less. However, if we don't have a Plan B, we know that we can't afford to fail, as Plan A is all we've got. In many cases, Plan B makes us weak and less prepared. It fails to set us in motion and hinders our progress. The fact that we do not have a second plan doesn't mean we can't adapt if the first plan doesn't work out the way we want. One of the perks of being a daring disruptor is that we can easily adapt and change with our environment. If the first plan fails, it doesn't mean we have to ditch it. We can easily go back to it, make some adjustments and try again. It is possible that our initial plan would not work out the first or second time we try it, and that is why we must never give up. Conclusion. If we can't influence who we are, we can always decide who we'll be. We all need to find the best route to reach our goals, and that's the point of being proactive. Now that we understand the difference between a lemon life and a lemonade life, we can decipher where we belong and what to do. If we are still stuck in the former, we must find a way to switch to the latter using the 5 switches discussed in this summary. The switches mentioned in this tidbit have all it takes to turn our lives around for good. As the popular saying goes, when life throws you a lemon, make lemonade. This means that even if we find ourselves in situations that are not favorable due to circumstances beyond our control, we can still make meaning of our lives. Our current situation shouldn't determine our future because we have the ability and the opportunity to change things for good. Copying the steps taken by our friends and family members can be exciting, but it's not always the best. We are all dynamic and different, so we need to find our uniqueness. Things won't always come easy for us, and we might have to take longer paths, but sometimes, these paths lead to breakthrough discoveries. That's why we must ensure that we become daring disruptors. The path to glory is often neither straight nor simple. However, that shouldn't stop us from trying. We must always remember that, after the struggle, there's greatness on the other side. Try this. Start your day with gratitude. Make a list of the people in your life who make you happy, appreciate them, and hold on to the sweet memories you share with them. Thanks for being part of our insightful voyage. If our summary piqued your interest, we encourage you to dive into the complete book for a deeper understanding. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content if you're new here, and share it with others who might find it valuable. Keep on reading, discovering, and advancing until our next adventure.